Hey, this is Pastor Tabitha Purple. We are doing parental tips and tricks. It is after 2 o'clock in the morning, but I did not want to forget this one. I wanted to record it so that I'd have it to post tomorrow. Today's tip and trick is about hugs, which sounds really obvious because it should come naturally to most people. So I just want to build in a couple of caveats here for what I'm talking about and then go on with the talk. So, there is a lot of psychological research done, a lot of research within different circles to talk about the importance of hugs. However, it's important to note now that what we are talking about is just non-sexual, non-abusive, those kinds of relationships. We're talking about regular relationships in which you need to have contact. Humans need contact, they need positive contact, and one of those positive contacts is hugging. It's also important to note that people with some learning difficulties or different disabilities can often find hugging really difficult, and so that you need to make sure that permission is something that is really important. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. We've said it. You understand the context within which I'm talking about. This is healthy, safe relationships in which contact is important to build the confidence, self-esteem, etc. of a person and to make them feel safe and secure. So to this end, I have been studying on the Happy Child app. I don't know if you've seen that. It's pretty cool. And they're talking about the importance of touch. And then it's occurred to me that I have seen a pattern in my family. So both my boys, when they were very little, of course, loved hugs in varying forms. They had different sensory integration disorders. So one of them likes to be constantly in some form of contact and the other one has to pick and choose selectively. So I noticed that, hugging is a part of how you raise a child. You're always lifting, hugging, holding. But it does come a certain point when your child is nearly as tall as you that you don't do things in the same way. And I had remarked to my husband a couple of months ago that I miss the kind of huggy kids. I just miss that. You just hug the children all the time. No sooner had I said that, my daughter had taken to doing this thing where she learned, I don't know where she got this idea from, that if I was away from her, that she missed me. And I'd leave the room to go to the toilet, or I'd go upstairs to do some work in a separate space, or I'd leave to go to the shop, or I could just walk upstairs to get dressed and come back down. And she would hear me coming in and she'd scream, come running, "I miss you, mummy," and she'd give me a big cuddle, and then she'd run off happily. And what I noticed is that this was just regular, like it could happen 10, 15 times a day. And what it started to do was tip the balance. So my sons would then do this. Well, they wouldn't say the same thing, but they'd run up for a cuddle too. So she'd run over for a cuddle and then they would run over for a cuddle. And I noticed how infectious the cuddles are and how safe the children were feeling. And I thought to myself, do we really recognize that, I guess, as adults? Like, I recognize that I missed it. But did I recognize that my children needed it? I'm not sure. You think you're going at their pace, and obviously you're giving them permission to develop and not develop, and to work out where their comfort levels are. You're not trying to override their comfort levels. But at the same time, hugs are really important to a child's development. They're really important to making them feel safe and secure, allowing them to have that deep bonding experience with a parent, to allow the physical contact that's reassuring. And there are so many aspects psychologically to hugging, and to just kind of go, well, the children aren't running at me anymore for it, so you kind of let it slide. Is that good enough? Especially for someone like me who likes to hug people. So I'm a hugger. I like to give people a hug. It's a way that I communicate, I guess, with people. And so for me to have let that slide, not fully, like I still hugged my kids, but that really regular, 15 times a day hug that can happen in my household had kind of taken a break. So like at 2 a.m, after a long day, I'm still kind of reflecting on how the littlest one in our family has disrupted the whole balance of the family, as small people do. And she has encouraged all of us to think about how intentional our contact is, as well as, of course, her mum being intentional on reading. So yes, I wanted to record that just before I forgot it, really, or before I got distracted with a lot of other work. And so 2 a.m. can see that I'm tired. I've been working hard, and yeah, so I'm gonna go to bed now. Peace. Bye bye.